So imagine you're trying to control, say, 8 different high-powered computers all at once.
The mental image is just a wall of monitors, right? A
Oh,
total
God.
mess of keyboards and cables.
Exactly. Or you're wheeling around one of those crash carts. But today, we're looking at a solution that fits all of that into a single drawer that's less than 2 inches tall.
It's the NTI RACMUX-4K17-N-8HD18GB.
Which is a bit of a mouthful.
It really is. But what it is an 8-port rack mount 4K KVM drawer. And it's trying to solve that exact physics problem.
Right, that name is a mouthful, but the form factor is the real story here. We're talking about a device that crams a monitor, keyboard, and a mouse switcher for 8 machines into one RU.
One rack unit, which is just, what, 1.7 to 5 inches of vertical space?
It's tiny. So our mission for this deep dive is to unpack how you get that much function into a drawer that thin without it feeling, flimsy or just unusable.
And unusable is usually the word for these things.
It is. Rack screens are normally these low-resolution, washed-out panels meant for just checking a BIOS or typing a command.
Just the basics.
But looking at the specs here, this NTI unit is doing something very different. It's pushing Ultra HD 4K resolution.
3840 by 2160, and at a full 60 hertz. That's the real aha moment.
On a 17.3-inch forward-folding monitor. The spec sheet also mentions it supports RGB and YUV 4.4.4.
And that's critical. For anyone who isn't a video engineer, that 4.4.4 means there's no color compression, no subsampling.
So what you see is exactly what the computer is sending out. Every single bit of color data is there.
Exactly. So this isn't one of those old VGA terminals where you can barely read the text. This is high fidelity. It means you aren't just restarting servers.
You could actually do real work on this.
You could be monitoring high-risk security feeds or handling medical imaging or broadcast video right there at the rack. It turns a maintenance drawer into a precision workstation.
Okay, so let's talk about the mechanics of that drawer. Since this thing slides in and out of a standard 19-inch rack, the build quality is everything. I saw a note here about torque friction hinges.
That sounds like marketing speak, I know. But it solves a really specific, really annoying problem.
The screen wobble.
The wobble, or even worse, the screen just slamming shut if you bump the rack.
Yeah.
These hinges mean it stays exactly where you put it.
It also mentions the drawer automatically locks when it's fully open. That seems like a small thing, but...
Oh, it's huge if you've ever tried to type on a sliding tray that keeps pushing itself back in every time you press a key.
It's about rigidity. The whole thing is rugged steel with a powder coat finish. It's meant to take a beating.
And speaking of typing, the connectivity here is also interesting. They talk about transparent USB 2.0.
I flagged that too. Transparent usually means the KVM isn't just emulating a generic mouse or keyboard, right?
Exactly. It passes the specific device ID straight through to the server. So if you plug, say, a flash drive or a smart card reader into the drawer,
and then you switch from server A to server B,
the drive logically unplugs from A and instantly reconnects to B. You don't have to physically move anything.
That's a massive workflow upgrade. And it seems to work with just about everything. Windows Server, Linux, FreeBSD, even macOS.
It's a true workhorse. Which brings us to the reliability stats. Downtime is the enemy in this world.
And they have a number for that, the MTBF, mean time between failures.
They do. For this 8-port model, it's rated for 25,638 hours.
That is a suspiciously precise number.
It is, but if you do the math, that's almost 3 years of continuous 247 operation nonstop.
And it's doing all that while drawing only 45 watts of power, which is pretty efficient for a 4K panel and a switch.
Very efficient. But of course, we have to talk about the cost. This is not for a home lab.
No. We're seeing a price tag of around $3,760.
And that's really the industrial tax, isn't it? You're paying for that density, the 4K clarity, and the rugged build that guarantees it won't fail when you're trying to fix a critical outage.
It totally redefines what server maintenance looks like. We've gone from this chaotic crash cart to a sleek single drawer with 4K video.
Yeah, it's a huge leap.
But it does leave you with a sort of provocative thought. If an organization is spending nearly $4,000 just for the screen to fix their servers, how valuable is the data that's actually running on those machines?
It suggests that for some industries, think high-end broadcast or defense or medical imaging, visual fidelity isn't a luxury. It's a core operational requirement, even for maintenance.
Something to think about, I guess, next time you consider all the hidden infrastructure that's powering our digital world. Thanks for diving in with us.